Hey guys, it's Tuesday, 3:40. Wanted to do an update about just things going on. My family, my parents came and visited me this weekend. It's the first time I've seen my dad since I told him in April that I was transitioning, and it went really, really well. They still call me by my birth name and use female pronouns, but I really, really love my family, and I feel like I want them in my life. At least right now, I want them in my life. Um, however, however that looks, I feel like if I give them time and space to go through their own process, that they'll arrive at a place that works for both of us as far as our relationship is concerned. My dad was talking on the phone. He was ordering a part for my car, and he had to give a name for someone to pick that part up, and he said Aiden, and and I about fell out of my chair. I was so shocked. So I get my parents, my dad gets that I'm Aiden and that I'm male and that that's how I walk in the world. But for him, I will always be his daughter, and so I really respect the place that he's in that process, and how difficult that must be. When I was a foster parent, and I had children in my home that I was responsible for. They were much younger, but I had the same sort of a thing that um, I I had hopes and dreams for them, and expectations, and I wanted them to be happy and healthy, and I worried about their pain and their sadness and the experiences that they're going to have throughout their life being in foster care. So I can take that experience and I can expand it about to try to understand what my parents might be going through. So, anyways, it was a really good visit. I had a really good time with him. It was really relaxed, and it was nice. So, um, uh, I go to court on this Friday, um, to get the court order for a new birth certificate to get my gender marker changed. So I'm really excited about that, and just looking forward to, I don't know, living my life. Liam, No Free Change, did a video the other day about how he's fully transitioned, and I really appreciated that video because I hadn't thought about it. A friend of mine had asked me, are you ever transitioned or are you always transitioning? And I appreciated that question because I think that for me, I had been in a mind space or a spot that you transition your whole life because um, I don't know, that's just kind of how I understood it, and now I really understand it much differently. I really understand it much differently that transitioning is it's a transitionary period. Like you start it, the medical aspect of it, you start it, and then you're done with it on some level at some point, and I think that point is determined by each person. But um, in my world, I am read and understood and received as male 99% of the time. There are a few exceptions of when I'm not read as male. One of those is I used to work at a homeless shelter, and now I'm volunteering there since I have some time on my hands. And there are clients who are staying there that I knew prior to transition, and so they refer to me as she, even though I say, hey, here's what's going on. Can you use male pronouns? And they're like, yeah, yeah, sure, sure. But it what happens is with new clients, it calls it into question a little bit for them, and so they say she, he, and I'm like, no, it's he. You're right, and it's a very basic sort of a thing. And they're like, oh, okay, and they're like, you're kind of a small guy, and like as far as like muscle and all that stuff, and I just joke and like, yeah, well, we all can't be huge, and they laugh, and so it's totally fine. But in the last couple of weeks, I think that's the only space that I've been read as female. But as far as their reception to me correcting them, it's like, oh, okay, right on, and they totally just go with it. So, um, gosh, I felt like there was just so much that I wanted to talk about, and this is why I should write things down, and now I can't remember. Um, uh, uh, uh. Well, I guess I'll just have to do another video later if I remember. The locker room is uh, I posted a video and then there was some shit that went down with it, so I just took it back off, and I'm feeling a little I don't know, frustrated or disenchanted with YouTube. Seems like there's a lot of haters. I intentionally don't respond to the haters. Like, just today, this guy, this person, I don't know who it is, sent me a message, says, "Look at yourself in the mirror. What a disgrace to humans race. I hope you die." And I don't repeat this because I'm bothered or have an issue with it. It's more like, I really question my desire to continue to make myself available to shit like that. The world is just, there's just so much positive and there's so much love in the world, and I think that I have a choice to make myself available to only love and to really positive things, or I can make myself available to negativity, and I feel like there's a lot of negativity going on with YouTube, and so I feel like I'm gonna pull back a bit. At least that's how I feel today. I might feel different tomorrow, but really questioning if this amazing venue, and it can be so positive and so great. I mean, gosh, I've gotten so much from YouTube. It just feels like the last month there's been a lot of negativity and lots of hate, and I'm not really about hate at all, and aggressiveness and violent language and all that sort of stuff. In fact, I'm really quite bothered with it, and so what I can do is I can choose to not engage and participate in it. So it's kind of where I'm at with it. It just feels like there was some huge thing, and boy, now I can't remember. Oh, I think that started with the locker room thing. Locker room's going totally fine. It's amazing how was held hostage by my own fear, and really realizing that in a lot of areas in my life, how my life was being tremendously impacted by the things that I was deciding that I couldn't do. No one else was deciding that, but I felt like some external force or person or mechanism was making these decisions, and it was very frustrating. So being able to just freely live my life and be Aiden and be he and be done with it and get on with it, and I'll always have a past, and I don't plan on being stealth, so I will always acknowledge my female past, but to really live in the present and who I am right now and move forward from here, I'm really looking forward to that, and continue changes with the testosterone, and I feel really blessed at the changes that I've gotten so far at 4 months, and I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. I feel like there's just a lot of thoughts in my head, and I definitely should have written them down before I started filming, but I think I just wanted to mainly update about my family and my dad, and the locker room thing. Yeah, guess that's it. Hope everyone's well, and we'll see you soon.